Hello everybody and welcome to Connor Sports Talk. So, if you're a Saints fan, I have some bad news for you. So, Willie Snead got suspended for 3 games for having a DUI over the offseason. On the good news, it was pushed back 1 game, meaning that it was originally a 4-game suspension, but it got appealed to a 3-game. But still, that's a decently long time to be suspended. But honestly, it's the Saints. Drew Brees worked with a lot less than what they would have without Willie Snead. So right now, without Willie Snead, they have obviously Michael Thomas. He's a Pro Bowler candidate. I was gonna say the first Pro Bowl candidate that Drew Brees ever had, but Marcus Colston was always a Pro Bowl player. He never got invited to the Pro Bowl, but he always played as one. And he was just underrated because number one, he was quiet. He had a quiet demeanor and whatnot, and he wasn't well known in terms of I don't know. He wasn't like a prima donna or like a flashy player or anything, so people wouldn't know too much about him. But enough about him. But Marcus Colston is my favorite Saint ever. But yeah, back to Saints of now. So obviously they have Michael Thomas. I wouldn't be surprised if he had a Pro Bowl this year. I mean, it's only his second year. You can't really guess what he's gonna do. This rookie season could have been a fluke. Let's hope not. But yeah, Michael Thomas. We have Tegan, who I believe had 800 receiving yards last year. Michael Thomas had 1,100. Kobe Fleener had like 600. And then Brandon Coleman, I believe he had 200 or like something like that. So Brandon Coleman's gonna have to pick it up. But he's not a bad player. I'm defending Brandon Coleman. Again, he's an undrafted rookie. He had 400 receiving yards the year before. That's more than you can expect out of a undrafted player. Usually, an undrafted player can't even make the roster. Saints fans still are putting way too much pressure on him. I believe he's going his Brandon Coleman. That is, I believe he's going his 4th year. So let's see what he can do. I'm assuming that next year or the end of the season is his contract year. So let's see what he can do. Maybe raise his paycheck. But on other news, like speaking of like paychecks and whatnot, so Willie Snead got re-signed to a restricted free agent tender. I mean, that was only a 1-year deal worth less than $1 million. So how would this affect his next pay raise? I can assume quite a bit. I mean, I say quite a bit. I can say maybe take off like $1 million or $2 million, or maybe even a year off the next contract. But we all know the talent of Willie Snead. The fact is, he made a dumb decision. I mean, drinking and driving is just a stupid decision. Yeah, so never do that. I know plenty of people who do that. I'm not one to risk it because I know plenty of people who do it, and I know plenty of people who got caught, so it's just not a smart decision. Especially if you're a public figure, because kids look up to you, and it's not a good look whatsoever. And Willie Snead was, and most likely still is, one of the Saints' favorite players on the franchise. But with that said, as I was mentioned before, we have plenty of wide receivers and plenty of receiving threats, including the backfield. Sean Payton and company have been saying that Adrian Peterson can start catching the balls because he wasn't really given that opportunity in Minnesota. We all know what Mark Ingram can do. He's a dual threat running back. I believe he had at least 300 yards receiving I can't remember the exact stats. And then there's Alvin Kamara, or Karama. Like, his name is pronounced weird. It's not how it's spelled. Kamara. Yeah, it's Kamara. So, and we can expect him to be the receiving back. I mean, really, I have a feeling that he's going to be the number 2 back because I don't know how Adrian Peterson is going to do. But that's besides the point of this video. The point is that he can catch the ball. We have decent amount of weapons. We even have Tommy Lee Lewis, who I can assume now is going to make the roster if he wasn't already. We have the undrafted rookie out of LSU, Doral, I think his last name is. He can step up. I heard some news about him. I haven't really seen him in the preseason games, so I don't know if he's going to make the roster this year. But again, he's an undrafted rookie. Saints are just spoiled by undrafted rookies. I mean, technically Delvin Breaux was an undrafted rookie, but he did come out of the CFL, Canadian Football League. The real undrafted rookies, Willie Snead, Pierre Thomas. I mean, also, speak of late round draft picks, Marcus Colston was a late 7th round draft pick, and he's our all-time leader in receptions. But here's just a fact. Drew Brees is used to working with a lot less than what we have right now. Like, back when they won the Super Bowl, we had Robert Meacham, Henderson, Colston, Lance Moore. Now, I'm not saying those are bad wideouts, especially not Lance Moore or Colston. It's just the fact that none of them were, except for Marcus Colston, were like top tier wideouts. Like, all of them, besides Lance Moore and Marcus Colston, were either average or below average. Lance Moore was a really good slot wideout, but I don't believe he ever reached the 1,000-yard mark. So yeah, maybe he was average or below average, but he was definitely one of my favorites. So what am I saying by saying all of this? I don't feel like it affect the Saints offense that much. Yeah, it's gonna hurt because the only real like proven wideout. Well, no, I guess we have 2, but Ted Ginn is what, 30 something, and he has inconsistency and drop in catching. And then Michael Thomas is only 2nd year. But still, that's besides the point. We have Drew Brees as our quarterback. Drew Brees can do basically anything with everybody. With anybody, I mean. So I don't think it will affect us. I'm going to keep the same win-loss prediction that I had before. But thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to share the video. Thank you.